welcome back to my channel. It is me, Kiana, and for today's video, you guys are finally getting to see my room makeover video that I have been wanting to do for the longest time. I graduated from college and then am living with my parents now. While I was here, I just thought it'd be fun to decorate my room, spice it up, make it more homey, and also just a fun workspace because I want a cuter setup for videos and stuff. You're gonna see the part where I started this video about 2 months ago and I threw up this pink wallpaper that I thought was really cute, but none of the stuff that I had really went with it. So then I just decided to rip that shit off and start fresh. Super excited to show you guys how my room turned out. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you do, give it a big thumbs up and let's hop into it. So this is my room before. I think it's just very cluttered, it has no theme at all, and it just looks really bad in my opinion. One of the main things I wanted to work on was just creating more space. So we're gonna take a look at the inspo that I gathered from Pinterest. These are a few photos on my boards, and I'll have my Pinterest link down below. I just love going to Pinterest for anything, but these are the vibes that I wanted to replicate, as well as the theme, the color scheme. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to replicate this exactly, but the gist is an airy and fresh space with a pop of color. Like I said in the beginning, I started rearranging my furniture about 2 months ago because I was feeling pretty ambitious about this room transformation, but I was an indecisive mess like usual, so I just decided to forget about it. So let's take it back to June.
Try.
Look at this.
You have to push it.
But won't this peg just come off?
I don't know. I don't know how you made this. I'm gonna do the other side. How much shit do you have under here?
This is kind of sad because I just put this up about a month ago, but we're gonna take it down. I think the first section that I want to tackle is going to be my desk area. I do have a full body mirror that I want to place on this wall as well, but the problem with putting it over here would be you can see the reflection of all the crap under my bed. So I think that means that the mirror is going to have to go right here. I think I'm going to keep the desk here and the bookcase there and then just see what we can work with. I was so excited to decorate the area above my desk because I obviously was not feeling that wallpaper anymore. So this pretty much gave me a fresh start, and right here I'm basically figuring out what I wanted to place above my desk and was experimenting with different positions for the wall art. I ended up deciding on these two gold art things with the blue art. I just feel like they complement each other and they look really good and fresh and clean, so we're excited about it. Now it is time to decorate this desktop. I wanted to keep this area pretty clean cut, so I ended up picking out this mirrored tray from the Container Store, and I feel like this is the perfect way to organize my crap. I feel like it's usually kind of hard to keep my desktop clean all the time just because I like to keep things that I use regularly out, and I think this tray is a big help in making my desk not look like a disaster. I just love how this looks, and I just threw on this jewelry container right here. I thought it'd be cool to kind of display the jewelry that I like to wear on a daily basis or, you know, just regularly. This is already giving me so many better vibes than what I had earlier, which was that pink wallpaper. I'm glad I got rid of that and canceled that. I really wanted to add more color to this because it is pretty bland in my opinion. I think the best way to add some color to a space is just by adding some plants. I'm choosing to put a snake plant in my room because I really like the yellow tones on the edge. I think the yellow picks up some of the gold tones in the artwork, and it just adds so much color, and I love snake plants because they literally cannot fail you. This one just can't die very easily. A couple weeks ago, I decided to look in my closet and pick out books that just had like the best color scheme. I've read Tale of Despero before, but I have not read Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. I feel like I like to read articles online more. I've also been trying to look for new blogs to read. I really like finding new blogs. If you have any good blog recommendations, leave them down below. Anyway, I picked out these 3 books. They're not even all books. This is literally just one of those diary Q&A books from Anthropology that I got 6 years ago. I think just go well with this color scheme here. So we're gonna just keep those here for now and then see how else I'm gonna place everything. So another thing that I just need to have on my desk is a pencil holder because it's practical and I like to have all of my materials kind of with me. We got like a nail file, scissors, pens, paintbrushes, makeup brush. That's pretty random. I've had this one for a few years now. I got this from TJ Maxx, I think, and I think this one looks really pretty with the artwork. I'm just gonna see what other stuff that I place around the room and see if I can swap things out by the end if I want to make any changes. So I decided I'm gonna place the books over here, and then I could have this thing. So I really love this. This is a glass Scotch bottle that I got from TJ Maxx. This is when I partnered with them junior year of college, and I'm obsessed with so much of the decor that I got from them, and this is one of my favorite pieces. So now this is what the desk looks like. I think I'm gonna keep it like this until I start formulating the rest of my room. So we just added the new chair. This chair, by the way, is from Living Spaces. It was about $100. I am obsessed with this color. I think the gray is a good tone for this room because the mirror that I have is also kind of like a gray tone, neutral colored. I think it'd be really boring if I had a white chair or something. I think it's coming together pretty well. I'm really excited about it. Because you guys know, at first when I started this room makeover a couple months ago, like I was just so indecisive because that pink wallpaper made it super difficult to decorate because I feel like a lot of the stuff that I had didn't go super well. I'm really happy that I'm changing it up and we're gonna be happy and satisfied with the end result. Over here is my shelving unit slash bookcase where I'm just throwing a few things on to spice it up, but on the top shelf I decided to display all of my favorite products and perfumes. Okay, so the next thing that I'm gonna place down here, I have another one of these DIY hand jewelry place. What is this even called? A jewelry hand? This was $7 at Marshall's back in like 2010, I'd say. I ended up DIYing this though and put my little spin on it, but I actually got inspiration from Urban Outfitters at the time. It was like this weird purple hand, but I ended up painting it white. Some of the paint, it's not looking too great by this time. It's been like 10 years, but she's still cute and trendy, so we're gonna throw her in there. But I just used some black Sharpie and created some of these like little designs on the hand, and it's really pretty, so I'm gonna be placing this down here. I have a Lauren Conrad book that I never really read. This was also in like the Bethany Moda days. Those were the good days. Then I have this fake plant that I got from Home Goods, and I think this should go down here as well. I was just picking up this poster that I already had tape on, and there was a clump of hair stuck to the tape, and I literally thought it was a spider. That is literally all you would find around my house. I'm in dire need of a haircut, guys. I'm so in love with this mirror. I picked this out from Home Goods during my last year of college. It would look so good if I had like a big plant for right on the ground here. I couldn't decide if I wanted it closer to my desk and then have a little bit of empty space here because I do have an outlet down here which I would like to keep more visible, but I also thought of the fact that when I have an outlet here, the cords are just really ugly. It almost might be smarter to keep it covered by the mirror and I can still charge things right behind it. We are getting tactical. I have a few little random things on the ground, but I got this really pretty jewelry case from the Container Store recently, and I'm obsessed with it. The reason why I picked it out was because it has 2 tiers to it, and at least with this one I can kind of just throw whatever in it and you won't be able to see what it is. I have this floor pillow right here. This is from Society 6. This adds a little bit of a pattern over there, so I'm wondering if I should put this one over there because we do have gray tones over here. I pulled a few pieces to decorate my side table with. I have this ZZ plant and this has been thriving in my room, getting minimal light, minimal water. And then we have this jewelry tray which is actually meant for soap bars, but it's been working out for all my favorite rings and just random trinkets and stuff. Then I also have this Himalayan salt lamp which is the perfect color for this room, and then I have my wooden organizer which helps bring some warmer tones into this plain white space. Now it's time to decorate the bed space. I think this is such an important part. It's going to really tie the entire room together. So pretty much I've had this bed frame for a long time. I honestly really do not like it, but I'm not gonna go spend money on a new bed frame. This bed frame also was $100 from IKEA, and I feel like I'm gonna break it one day. I'm gonna fall through the floor into the living room. Up until recently, I've had a duvet cover on here, but I wanted to swap it out for the bedding that I had in college. White bedding is the perfect way to refresh your space. My room is very white still, and that's the only downside of having white bedding. Really need to add some color behind it or like something so it's not so plain. So I'm gonna have to get creative and see how I'm gonna spice this up. Now we can just go ahead and put the bedding on and then start decorating the bed with throw pillows and a blanket. I experimented with a few different pillow combinations, but ultimately I just wasn't satisfied with this. I'm not sure if there's just too much going on. I'm so indecisive right now. so I decided to just keep pretty much what I had on there for now until I picked this up the next day. Also, can't forget about this amazing dream catcher. I just placed this on the wall with my window. I purchased these from Amazon. They are some fake vines. These are super popular, but I just really love greenery. For one of them, I actually just wanted to hang it plainly, like on my curtain rod. Vines came in a pack of 2, so I decided to hang this one a little differently. I got this macrame wall hanging from Amazon as well. Again, I'm just trying out different locations and seeing what looks best, but overall these macrame hangings are meant to be hung from the ceiling, so I think that's why it looked pretty odd in the corner over here. Also, I think it needs to be more spaced out from the other vines that I have here. Maybe I could go over next to my mirror. This might be a vibe. Okay, I'm not really sure. We're gonna keep it here for now and then see what else I do with the room. Don't pay attention to the bed right now. This is not how it's gonna look at the end, but I wanted to spice up the top of this. I think it's a little bland, so I threw up these art prints. I just command stripped those things to the wall, and hopefully they're straight. I'm adding this little plant to the windowsill, and now I'm taking down this big cactus print that I had. This is from Society 6, and it's been here for a little bit. I just think it obviously doesn't look good next to my bed, and the placement's just awful. So we're taking that thing down. And now I'm trying to figure out what else I want to place there. I have this board right here that has just a bunch of junk on it. And I mean, like, not really junk, some cute pics, but they're a little too colorful for this theme. So I'm taking this off and putting new things on it. So when I picked this video up the next day, I ended up reconfiguring these pillows and just choosing the purple, pink, and white. I wanted to keep it pretty neutral, and then I went to TJ Maxx actually and found this amazing throw blanket. It's such a pretty color and I only got it for 20 bucks, but I thought this would just be the finishing touch for the bed just because the other throw blankets that I had were not it. Picked up a few other things like 2 of these candles, which I'm in love with. They smell so good and I think they complement the room as well. You guys can see that I made some last minute changes. I moved a lot of the freestanding things on my desk into that tray. I also changed the pot of that plant there to a gray color that would go better. Another thing I forgot to mention is this rose gold chicken wired thingy-mabobber, and I think it looks good. It brings out some of the pinks. I added this neon sign from Amazon. I love this. I think it just adds a pop of color. I untangled these for about 10 minutes and then threw them up on the wall, and I think they look amazing. I actually love this. I think it looks good with the neon sign as well. I think this space was definitely missing some oomph. I really think the lights helped here because this whole space was like missing something at first. It was just too plain and I didn't really have anything else to put there, so. Alright guys, so this is the final product. I ended up changing a few things towards the end, but now I think I've perfected it and I'm just very satisfied with how it turned out. I think it turned out very cozy, yet it still has a very bright and airy feel. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and also don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys and I will see you guys in my next video.